my fourth part in the biblical stories for the new generation. And what this is about is kind of sort of helping us see what we couldn't see. You know, the concept of I'm blind, but now I see, that kind of thing. So we're going to look at the stories. And what we do is through this series, look at the stories of the Bible, and I kind of show you guys and tell you what my perception of it is and what I understand it is. All right, so let's talk about Adam and Eve back then, because people don't understand that the fruit of the knowledge of good and evil, okay, that was about sight, seeing things we couldn't see. And when I say that, people are like, well, I don't know, it's fruit, you know, sexual. Well, probably not. Not so much. See, because the deal is, if you know, when Adam and Eve, when they jumped on board with Satan, do you think they had 10% or 100% of their mental cognitive abilities? 10 or 100? Yeah, I probably guess that it was I probably guess 100 too. All right, so if you know, when you watch different shows and TV and we learn knowledge and we read books and we gain more sight in things, one thing I've gained sight in is it seems to me like that, you know, they've documented and proven, you know, that some people have a little bit of some sight, not foresight, it's actually sight through, you know, I don't know, ESP, different things. And it's just, they show it in the brain, just a little part of their brain is stimulated to have them have that. Imagine what your brain would be if you used 100% of it. How amazing that would be, wouldn't it? Because you know what thing you're dealing with? When I say that Satan, jealous as hell, he comes over there and he's like, Eve, you know, you can see that. All you have to do is look. I know God told you not to. You'll never know. Okay? Because you know that's it. He played her. And she went ahead and looked and she saw. See, and the deal is you can't unsee, that's where the mess up was, because you can't unsee what you saw. Once you see something, you own it, it's yours. And that's the way it works. That's the way it works. So, you know, Adam and Eve, they couldn't unsee what they saw. So therefore, from that point forward, God had, you know, two choices. One is to smite them, and he loved them. And he knew that even if he started them all over them, their creativity and their free will and their inventiveness, he's curious. And there's nothing he could have done at that point that could have rolled back and made them unsee what they saw, right? What they did is they glimpsed into the future. Eve, then she, you know, Adam, and then here we are, you know, so much later. And we're still trying to learn through our sight. That's what we're doing, trying to learn through our sight. So what this whole series is about enlightenment. It's about seeing things that we can't see, because the truth is, it's, you know, if you can see, and when you read the parables of the Bible, what it does for you, it's you know, you read a parable, you get sight. You read a parable, you get sight. You read a parable, you get sight. That's repetition. That's how we learn. Even in the Bible, it's structured it for us to learn. It's all about growth, and it's all about learning. It's like when I tell people, you know, when you ask God your questions, and, you know, the deal is, you know, they're never complicated. God didn't want you to walk through a maze to get to him. It didn't happen. That's not like that. It doesn't work that way. That's not what he wants. He's going to make problem real simple. And the deal is, you either like the answer or don't. It doesn't matter. The point is, you saw something you couldn't see. You asked a question, and now you saw something. And you walked through it, and now you are better than you know, and you've grown. And that's what it's about, growth. That's what this is all about, growth. Because, you know, just like I tell people, you know, what do you think this is? It's a training ground for growth. All right, it's a training ground for growth. And what it is we're growing through life, and we've got to ask questions in order to get stuck from where we are in this world. What happens is people they just sit there and live the same day every day, and they don't ever ask any questions. And we have to ask questions if we want to move forward. Okay, it's all about questions. All right, thank you guys. I never like to take more than 4 minutes. But anyway, thank you, and watch the other videos if you're interested, and I'll see you next time.